Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to discuss some guidelines for you, the leader, in regards to enhancing the hiring process and finding the right fit for your organization. Here are 3 ways you can go about enhancing this process. First, be on the lookout for high performers, those who are willing to alternate jobs whenever needed or necessary. Second, use your extended network to investigate what particular candidates are like to work with. Do a little bit of background research so this way you know or get the essence of who's walking in your door. Thirdly, you can prepare interview questions in advance that are better able to capture the essence of the person. Let's now focus on what you as the leader should be asking and listening for. First, look for a good fit with the job in question. Of course, you need to take into effect the general guidelines every job requires. However, you must also focus on the candidate's experiences. How skilled are they at the job in question, and what might they be able to bring to the table? Try not to get too distracted with their interview performance, because we all know that everyone is on their best behavior when they go to an interview. It's rehearsed and it's practiced for some time, so we want to generally capture who they really are. Make it a point to clarify the nature of the job and determine the level of passion being offered. A good way to determine a candidate's passion for the job is to ask them questions like, what excites them about potentially being offered this position? What excites you about this job or this organization in particular? Next is determining fit with the leader, which would be you. Be sure to look for qualities that are the opposite, pretty much, of your own, but complement the candidate's own qualities. You want a little bit of diversity and a new way of seeing and handling problems, per se. An example of this would be Andrea Young, CEO of Avon Products, who says, "Clear thinking in senior leadership is a primary attribute we look for." Anand Mahindra, CEO of India's M&M Group, stresses the importance of an independent mind in making decisions. Tony Tsai, CEO of Zappos.com, suggests asking indirect and spontaneous questions like, who is your favorite superhero and why? This approach will help you get an essence of who the candidate really is. It will also bring about a more fun side to their character and kind of lighten the tension in the interview. The last fit to look for is fit with the organization and or team. This aspect determines how well the potential candidate can and will get along with others. This is better known as the collaborative quotient. The collaborative quotient is when a leader or a teammate can set aside their own personal interests and work together towards a common cause or goal. A good idea is to introduce the potential candidate to their peers. So bring a pre-meeting with each other and see how they interact and see if it has the potential to be a good fit. The author suggests determining fit by asking questions from a negative and positive standpoint. A negative standpoint would be you can ask what the candidate despises in people in general or in organizations. Positively, you can ask why they chose to work for your company. This way you can get a sense of how much research they've done in regards to the job and your company and what you stand for, and a little bit of their passion. Next, we're going to take a look at 3 common tactics for zeroing in on the potential candidate's authenticity during an interview. First is called the anti-sell. In an interview, you usually ask to hear about the candidate's accomplishments. Try a different approach and ask about their past failures, per se. Ask what they have done wrong in the past and how they've managed to overcome it, or how they dealt with it and succeeded. Secondly, the external perspective suggests asking the candidate for an outside perspective on their strengths, their weaknesses, and their management styles. The author suggests inviting people to describe themselves as others see them. This will give you a better look at who they are with an honest approach. It's kind of genius because you have access to their past employers, so whatever they tell you, they may be afraid that you're going to call their previous bosses and get the real information, so you better be truthful in answering this question. Third is this switch of setting. Try to take it outside of your normal office setting when you're conducting an interview. Maybe take a stroll or a walk through the facility and watch their actions and their small interactions with other people. And this may open up conversation and different approaches regarding the interview process. Okay, so far we've discussed how leaders can make hiring decisions, better hiring decisions. Now we're going to take a look at how to assure the candidate that they are making the right decision for themselves. One key tip is to not oversell the job. Don't talk up the job too much, because you may be setting both parties up for disappointment. Another tip is to define your style. When interviewing a potential candidate, leaders need to be clear about who they are, the way they function, what they stand for, and where they are heading. This helps eliminate any faulty expectations. Lastly is invite questions. Allow the candidate to ask about the job and the organization. This will help give them a better understanding of who you are, what you stand for, and what the organization is all about. I hope this was helpful and that you have a better perspective on how to enhance your hiring process. So thank you very much and have a great day.